SortMagic Desktop is our proprietary software that you may download for free on Mac or Windows. It makes reviewing the sorting and uploading your images much faster than traditional web-based uploaders, which we also offer. There are two distinct methods of selling composited images, such as memory mates, magazine covers, and banners. 1. You can create and upload your composited files and then invite your customers to order. 2. You can upload unedited images, invite your customers to order using sample images of the memory mates, magazine covers, etc., and then post-process the purchased items after their orders are placed. While this method is fine, it does require you to manage your orders when they are received, and this also prevents you from automatically delivering downloads or lab orders. We prefer the first method. While it does cost you more to do background removals for items that we cannot guarantee will sell, it does mean that customers will see the finished products, which is far more impressive and will likely lead to higher per-order sales. Furthermore, all your work is done beforehand and can be automated using Pixnub, so orders can be fulfilled immediately and quite simply. There is nothing more to think or worry about once the images are uploaded. Let's review the steps that are required for the preferred method. After your shoot, if you want to do global edits, or if you shoot in RAW format, then bring your files into Lightroom or Capture One and perform the necessary edits. Then export your images in JPEG format. As we sort based on the capture date, time metadata found in your images, you will need to make sure the JPEG files get the same metadata as the originals by clicking the Copy Metadata checkbox in your software's Export dialog window. Once you have your JPEGs, you can now use the SortMagic desktop software to review the sorting and then remove the backgrounds from your images, which is the first step in composite creation. In the SortMagic desktop software, select your event. Then select the appropriate camera option. If you are uploading images from multiple cameras, you will select the first option. In this case, we are uploading images shot from a single camera. Select the files you wish to upload. It does not need to be all the files, and you may upload in batches. Next, select a working folder. Our software makes copies of your files prior to uploading, so we are not working with your originals. While this can be any folder except where the originals are stored, we recommend that you create a folder called Proofpix on a hard drive that has ample space and select this folder each time you are asked. In the Review Fix Sorting step, we can see that the images have been properly assigned to their respective galleries in the first column. The third column shows you which log was found to match the gallery as compared to each file time, which you can see in the last column. If a photographer forgot to click the button in the SortMagic mobile app before shooting a subject, you will see two people being assigned to the same gallery. You may correct this by right-clicking on the first image of the person who was missorted and then assign them to their proper gallery. You may use the same process to assign galleries manually if the mobile app was not used. Let's click the next button to confirm the sorting. Now that the files have been sorted by their file times and you understand this concept, it's important to mention how to handle workflows that can prevent the sorting from working properly. If you edit files in Photoshop or use another service for editing or background removal, the new versions might not sort correctly because their file times won't match the originals. To avoid this issue, always import your original files into the SortMagic desktop software first and select the "Are you making composites from these files?" option. This embeds the gallery ID into each file name, ensuring that any new file version created from these renamed files can be sorted by the ID in the file name instead of the file times. These renamed files will be found in a folder called For Composites in the working directory you selected in Step 4. If you would like to rename your files to include the subject's name, you can click this first option. As we previously discussed, we will now click the "Are you making composites from these files?" option. The background section is optional. The first option allows you to remove backgrounds from your selected images. This step is usually used when doing team and individual sports events, and you want to remove backgrounds so you can use PixNub or Photoshop in a subsequent step to create product images like memory mates or magazine covers. The second option allows you to remove and add any number of your own backgrounds to your selected images, usually for school events where you would like to give your clients a selection of backgrounds. The third option allows you to add any number of backgrounds to your selected images, but in this case, you are using transparent PNGs where the background removal was done somewhere else. Let's select the first option. Let's skip the PriceMagic option. We will be discussing that later after our composite images have been created and are ready to be uploaded in a second pass using the SortMagic desktop software. We can skip the watermark section as well, since we are not uploading anything in the first pass. Let's click the Sort and Upload Images button, and then click the Sort button to begin the process. Now we can see that our files have been saved as PNGs in the For Composites folder of our working directory. Let's check out the results. I'd also like to point out the subject data CSV file that was saved in here too. This file can be imported into PixNub, so it can dynamically add the subject names and jersey numbers to all our memory mates automatically. After running PixNub, we end up with our composited files. Let's take a look at the new versions that were created. When PixNub outputs a new version of each file, it appends a code to the end of the file name to make it unique. You may specify what the code is. In this case, we made 3 versions of each file, each based on a different Photoshop template. The first received a code of INDV representing our individual template, the second was appended with for memory mate, and the third was appended with SQ for square. Each of these are placed between 2 exclamation marks. This will make more sense when we discuss the PriceMagic feature. PriceMagic is an exclusive Proofpix feature that ensures that the correct image is paired with the correct products. For instance, you do not want customers to place your 8x10 memory mate image in a 4x6 print because this will cause the image to be cropped. Let's see how to set this up. To understand PriceMagic, we first need to understand price lists. A price list is simply a list of products and packages that you sell at certain prices. Proofpix allows you to create as many price lists as you like. In most events, you will assign a single price list to it. This means that all the items in that price list will be offered for all the images in all the galleries. In some cases, you may want to use multiple price lists for an event. For example, it is possible to attach a different price list to a known customer, so that customer may be offered different items or the same items at lower prices than everyone else. Or you may want to offer special items that are specific to certain galleries, such as a graduation gallery or a group gallery. In this case, you can attach a specific price list to certain galleries within the event. When viewing an image from these galleries, then the items from the gallery's price list will only be offered. And lastly, you can attach certain price lists to specific images. So going back to our memory mate sample, you could attach a price list to your memory mate images that only includes an 8x10 and a 16x20 print, which has the same aspect ratio as your memory mate image, so no cropping will occur. The problem with this is that it would take a lot of work to attach your price list to all your memory mate images. This is where PriceMagic comes in. PriceMagic automates attaching the proper price list to the proper images. So for this sports event, let's review the price lists we need. We have created a generic sports price list, which will be attached to our event. This includes all the items we want to sell for images that do not require special aspect ratio or pricing consideration. We have created 3 PriceMagic price lists, and they reside in a group called Sports. The Sports banner price list will be attached to any banner composites we may have created. The Square Images price list will be attached to any Square Image composites, and the Sports Memory Mates price list will be attached to any Memory Mate composites. Let's take a look. Here we can see that one of the 8x10 products has been renamed to 8x10 Memory Mate. We offer up to 5 alternative 5x7 and 8x10 items in your price lists, so you can sell different versions of these sized prints at different price points. As far as the lab is concerned, they see these as the same item on their end and will charge you the same cost, regardless of the price you sell them for. Scrolling down, you can see that we have also offered a 16x20 Memory Mate. Now for the important part. Let's scroll up and open the PriceMagic specification section. Here we have designated that this price list belongs to our sports price list group. You may create whatever groups make sense to you, but basically, this is a collection of price lists that get attached to the composites we make for our sports events. And here, this Memory Mate price list gets the product target code of MM. If we look at the Square price list, you can see that it too belongs to the sports price list group, and its product target code is SQ. Now, if you recall, these codes are the same that we had Pixnub append to the end of each file name. As this message says, the files you want to pair with this price list must include your code wrapped with exclamation marks anywhere in their file name. Okay, now that we understand PriceMagic price lists and we have our composited files, it's time to upload them. Let's head back to the SortMagic desktop software. In the Select Files section, we will now select the composited files that were generated. Now in the Review Fix Sorting section, we can see that our composited files are being sorted into their proper galleries, and we are told in this column that these are being sorted by the gallery ID found in the file names. Let's click the Next button to confirm the sorting. And let's skip the Backgrounds section, as this is no longer required. In the PriceMagic section, we select the Sports PriceMagic group. This instructs the software to automatically attach the proper price list from this group to each file based on the matching codes. And now in the Watermark section, we will select a watermark, as these are the images we will be showing the clients. Don't worry, we keep an unwatermarked copy of the original, which we use for order fulfillment. And finally, we can upload the images in the last step. And back in the Manage Galleries section of the admin, we can see that our composites have been uploaded into the proper galleries. And here we can see that the Memory Mate price list has been automatically attached to the images with the MM code in their name. And in the live site, we can see PriceMagic in action. When clicking the Buy button on a Square image, we are only offered the Square prints from the Square price list. And when we click the Buy button on a Memory Mate image, we are only offered the Memory Mate products.